Hello everybody. Oh man, got to turn the lights on. I'm in the house and you notice I'm not in a car because I didn't do a video driving yet today, or this week actually rather. I gotta do something a little different because well, I've just been super busy building that truck and you know, that's how it goes. So the holidays and all that, never mind. Anyway, I'll see you guys in just a second. Hello everyone. Mic's on, is it still on? Oh, my puppy wants in here. Hold on a second, let me get her. Oh, hi puppy, hi. All right, buddy, all right. Good job, baby, good job. Okay, good girl, all right, pets. All right, so this is your car quiz today answer session. There's the 55, we just got back. I have a gate up and obstacles because you know who. She'll escape. Houdini. She's a flight risk. Anyway, here's what we got going on. I asked you about the CUDA or Barracuda difference. So I got some really great answers, and all of them are correct, actually. So what it is it was a trim package, but more of a performance package than anything else. And it was, I believe, introduced in 69, I think, or 70. I think it was 69. Whenever you get a 340, so anything bigger than a 340 was considered a CUDA if it was like a trim package. I have heard rumor of Hemi cars and 440 cars or 340 cars built being in like just regular plain Jane like SE stuff for like Challengers or Barracudas. I have heard that, but for the most part it was basically a performance package, trim level, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool in the Barracuda. Which goes right along with the Trans Am racing thing. I really dig those cars, like the pony cars right out of, you know, like I said, up to 70 is probably the best year. Man, 71 Challenger is pretty cool, or 71 CUDA, I guess, 72 maybe. When they went to the rally, oh god, or whatever, those are kind of, they're out there. But Ford did the same thing. Speaking of Ford, this is what I want you guys to know, this little Ford action. My puppy sniffing out here. So what I want to know is the difference between a GT350 and a GT500. Not new cars. I'm talking like keep it in the actual real Mustang realm. 70, I'll give you 72 and older. What's the difference between GT350 and GT500 and the history of them, where they came from? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Let's see what else we got going on. That brings me to a story. Oh, puppy, hold on. Wait, hold on. Bear back. Never fear, I have returned. Aloha, welcome. All right, so puppy, what are you doing? Oh, don't sit on my foot. That's gross. I know where that's butt's been. Come here. Yeah, come on up. Hi. Okay, so, yeah. Thanks for kisses. So vicious. A vicious pit bull. Yes, thank you. Yes. You're very cute. Good job. Okay, so speaking of which, story time today is about the time my dad, I was like 14 or 15. He wanted to invest in some like cars and stuff. But I remember one specifically, we went and looked at a GT350 Mustang. It was a 68. In fact, I'm not going to bore you with those details. I'll bore you with those details after on the next story time. But this kind of goes hand in hand, and I won't go into the GT350 thing. I'm going to go into, I remember when I figured out, actually when I was disappointed and I figured out that muscle cars came with stuff other than V8s. I was kind of devastated, and I learned it when I was probably 10 years old. I had a teacher that had like a 73 Camaro, and I remember up until that point, everything I was used to was like, you know, V8 stuff. I mean, even when I was growing up, we had a Brookwood station wagon. Brookwood, I think it had a 427, my dad said. That's what the badge on the fender said. And it was like the blue with the wood grain, and it was like a big 9-passenger wagon. It wasn't the Chevelle bodied one. It was, I think, the Caprice or Impala body, but it had a 427. I was young. I was probably 4 or 5 when we had that. I don't remember that car. I remember it a little bit. And then later, growing up, we had a 57 Chevy, red and white one, 4-door. When I was like 9 or 10, we got that. I think we had 64 Impala SS, was a 327 Power Glide car, was red. A 57 Ford Del Rio Ranch wagon, which if you know what those are, they're super rare. They had like the gold crown Vic trim, and it was a 2-door Ford, like a Nomad, and it had a 312 in it. Had dual quads in Ford boxes with factory Ford script. It was not on the car, it had a regular one, but it had a 9-inch with 411s and a 3-speed on the column with overdrive, and the 312 she had a pretty good cam. She sounded pretty good. She ran pretty good. It was like an emerald green and like a lighter gold green color. It was two-tone. It was real pretty. The interior was the only thing on it I think that wasn't stock, other than the motor obviously had been pumped up a little bit. But that's what I grew up with. So I grew up with stuff like that. You know, even my first car, they had V8s and stuff. But when I was like 10, I was really into like old cars and stuff. ZZ Top ruined me for sure with the Eliminator Coupe and, you know, stuff like that. I was, you know, the Beach Boys sang about, you know, the 4-speed dual quad positive traction 409, or, you know, Dead Man's Curve, Jan and Dean, or, you know, all those kinds of things like Sting Little Cobra, and, you know, all those old songs you can think of growing up listening to the Beach Boys. And I was fortunate enough to be at this time in Reno, Nevada, and Hot August Nights was, you know, a couple years later. Hot August Nights happened, I think in '86, I think was the first year, but that back to where I was disappointed. So this teacher had a 73 Camaro. I remember it had a manual trans and stuff in it. And as I looked closer at it, I realized it didn't have, you know how they had the Camaros had the exhaust that had that muffler, and it went over and then it went out and kind of went along the rear quarters and kind of had like little slash cuts. That's the way it was pretty signature. They had kind of a little exhaust. And this thing had single exhaust. And I was kind of, well, that's weird. And I saw it had a manual, but it was a 3-speed, not a 4-speed. And then I realized it was a straight 6. And that was the first time I realized that a Camaro could have anything other than a V8. I mean, I knew the first Corvettes, 53, 54, and a couple of them, 200 and some, and 55 had 6 cylinders, so that was kind of acceptable. But 55 was the first year for the V8 in Chevrolet. So in my brain, everything after 55 that was anything other than, you know, junk, anything desirable was, you know, had a V8 in it. Even our 57 had a 283, a power pack motor, you know, 4-barrel. And I was like, that was normal for me, but I was kind of like blown away at the possibility that you could have something other than that. And I did some digging, and I found out that that was pretty much it. You could get a Mustang with a 6-cylinder and 4 lugs with an automatic. I mean, that's like equivalent to like a Geo Metro with a 3-cylinder and an automatic, which I had one of those, by the way. That thing was crazy. The AC compressor would kick on and it would kill the motor at an intersection unless I had it neutral. I just didn't have enough power to keep the AC running. All 97 cubic inches. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of got, like, it's like meeting your hero, you know, where like you're so built up in your head what something's going to be like at that age, and then all of a sudden it's not. That ever happened to you guys? You guys remember when you realized that, you know, things weren't as they seemed when you were younger, like that transition period? Oh man, I was bummed. So then I really started digging into getting to know what cars had and the performance packages. I guess that's why I have so much dumb trivia in my head. But yeah. Sorry I didn't take you guys for a drive today. I really wanted to take you for a cruise. I was going to take you this morning. I was going to take you yesterday, the day before. You guys have all been to my surf spot and you've been on other roads. I was going to take you from my surf spot to another spot on a road, but it didn't work out. I ended up taking detours, and so the video would have been not right. I still want to plan our route and still go through with better cameras. I'm going to get some more so I can film straight out the sides. You know, I found another mount to go in the back window. So like it'll be like you're sitting in the back seat looking out. You'll see the back of my head and everything, and maybe get a better view of what's going on, the whole scenery, because it's important to me that you folks get to see what I see, because Maui's beautiful and I want you guys to see it. I mean, if you can't come here, why not experience it? And if you can experience it through the window of 57 with a blown small block and a 4-speed. That's kind of noisy, the motor is, but I don't know. I think that's it. Next week your answers will be due, and then I'll make another video. I'm having a good time building all this stuff, but I'm getting so busy that I feel like I'm falling down on my responsibilities here with you guys, and I appreciate you guys being patient, and I can't believe how many subscribers I have. It's unbelievable. I'm really happy. Thank you to everybody that's showing up and just subscribing. I never thought I'd ever get half this many. And there's other channels that are like, you know, Cletus and, you know, stuff with Cletus, you know, breaking 1,000 and all those guys, and Robert's Garage. And if you guys catch us, they have like these live shows, and I've been jumping on them lately because it's been kind of funny. It's got this thing called Stream Donkey or Engine, or I don't know what it is, but you can put like 6 people in on your chat, and it's just like talking with 6 of your buddies that you've known forever. Gets kind of out there on some stuff, way more risque than I like, and you know, more, I like stuff clean, but you know, that's just me. But it, you know, they're still good guys. We still talk about race cars and hot rods and stuff like that. Good bunch. But this internet age is neat. I can't think of any other time or way that we could all be, you know, where people we'd never, I've said this before, would never know each other, and here we are collectively as a group. And it's, you know, instead of it being weird and whatever, it's almost like we've been doing this forever. At least for me anyway. Seems like I've known some of you guys for a long, long time. Super stoked, Chris. I'm really stoked about your roll bar. I think it looks good in your 55. Man, and the back bars and the plate, it's kind of a good idea. Be interesting to see how you do the seat around that. I want to see that for sure. Incidentally, mine, when I did the outriggers on mine, my bar doesn't move, so I don't get any of that flex. I think it was just your floor plan because you didn't have your outriggers, but you know, this thing's just for looks. You might actually take yours down the track. The only time mine's going to go to the track is when I'm going to use it to tow drag cars back from the end of the track. I'm going to use this car for that on Friday nights or Saturday nights or whatever, if they ever open it back up to racing again. But yeah, that's always going to be fun. Anyway, what else? That's it. Puppy, you got anything to add? No, she has nothing. Yeah. GT500 and GT350, what's the difference? The history of them. I think you guys would be surprised. Maybe you won't. But it's time we give the Ford guys a little play. There's plenty of Tri-5 stuff and Chevy stuff. Anyway, see you guys later. See you on the next one. I'm going to go actually put this together, edit it, so you guys can watch it tomorrow morning, which will be Thursday. Man, this week is flying. Next week is going to be even busier for me. I'm working on some British cars. My buddy Chris, he's got a little 58 MGA. He's an artist, by the way. I haven't even told you guys about him yet. He's got a little blue 58 MGA. We're fixing some wiring stuff because, you know, Lucas, the devil himself, with electrical. But yeah, exactly, puppy. That's what we think. Sneeze. Little MGA, it's cool. It's one of those little 58 MGAs. It's kind of rounded looking. Looks kind of like an Austin Healey a little bit, but it's got this hot motor in it. He definitely needs better brakes because that thing's gonna move out. And he actually bought he got a deal of a century. He bought a I told him not to buy it too, and I was totally wrong. He bought a 78 Ford F-150, 86,000 original miles. It's kind of a seafoam green color, original. Totally original color, original paint. It might even have the original air in the tires. It's so clean and so nice. For over here, the original owner had it, and I think they had like a tree farm or something like that, and they used it specifically for just hauling trees. The bed doesn't have any dents. The fender wells have like a couple small dents on the inside. It's a 6-cylinder, 4-speed. Someone put aftermarket AC in it, probably dealer add-on AC, but it's not under dash. It's like they combined the boxes, so it uses the controls up here, and then it has some under the dash, but it doesn't have the lower vents. But they added power steering to it with a manual transmission, 4-speed, but it runs like a sewing machine. Literally sits there. I think you could put a glass of water on it. Had to do a little tuning on it today to get it to clean up. Someone had the carburetor out of whack, but man, it is super neat. Good job, Chris. That was a great buy. I thought it was going to be a rusted mess when he first was telling me about it. I told him to run away, run like he was on fire. But he bought it. It was a good thing. There's that. What else? That's about it. Nothing new's really been going on. I've been building this 41 Ford truck. Basically from the firewall forward, boxing the frame. If you've been following on my little shorts and my Instagram stuff, you'll see I've been putting the new front suspension from Helix in there. Their instructions are a little weird, so I've been kind of reverse engineering it as we're putting it together. You know, plumb bobs and levels and squares and everything, but making sure the truck's up and level. Their version is put it at ride height on the ground, at ride height, with the wheels and everything on it, and then take the front end off the frame, and then put their suspension on and do your measurements figuring out ride height. And then weld everything together with the car at a rake and all that stuff. That's what they want you to do. Versus sticking it on a frame table or leveling the car on the ground and then taking the measurements from there. So I've been going from that way. It's up on the ground, it's leveled off, left, right, side to side, front and back, all the slopes there. So the frame is level. So I've been putting in their frame and cross member the way the truck's going to actually run down the road. And bracing it up so it can't twist when we're welding on it. And the guy's grandson is, I'm having him do most of the welding because, you know, he's never really MIG'd much. He's sticked a lot. The sugar plant down here, he was doing like welded for a long time and mostly stick welding, so he can weld, but he wants to practice. So we got this good Miller 215, and Molly, what? What, honey, what? He's been doing that. He actually welds pretty good. Quick learner, and he thinks when he's like finishing stuff with a grinder and cleaning stuff up, he makes really nice, clean stuff. It looks better in person than it does in the pictures, trust me. I'm just not that good at running a camera, obviously. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys had a good Labor Day. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a good weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Aloha. That's it, puppy? Is that it? That's it. She says that's it.